What the Community Foundation does so well is enable people who have a bright idea, who are compassionate, who have a dream, to go for it and to actually accomplish something.
We live by connecting people who care with causes that matter.
Having an organization that really is engaged and invested in what you do in the community is critical.
When we look at the Community Foundation, it touches every nonprofit, it touches individuals, it touches the community, so it extended our reach.
It is so amazing how collectively you can bring people from all walks of life together to do something so great.
The Community Foundation has a special ability to bring people together to really make a difference. The 25-year anniversary shows that the Community Foundation is an established and credible organization.
It's one of the organizations that you really see a lot around Northern Nevada. You know, what started as one person's idea back in the 90s is now 25 years of differences and 25 years of opportunities for our community.
Seeing the impact we were able to get out into the community in that time was really amazing.
I've always loved science. Plus for me, I'd like to go into teaching one day, especially in Title I schools. It is like the aspect of being able to teach fun subjects, but most importantly, it is really just to be a role model for these kids. My name is Myrna Vallejo. I'm currently at UNR. I'm a student here. So I'm a bio major and secondary ed. The reason why I want to do Title I is because I think they're lacking a lot of the necessary resources that they need to make learning accessible for these students. Because, I mean, for me, I have the background of being first generation and low income, so I know that it can be really hard to focus on school when there's so much going on at home. I did face homelessness. That was definitely the most challenging time I've ever faced throughout my academics or just in my life in general. It was a time where I had to learn how to be really resourceful, and I had to just put my head down and work hard. If I didn't earn as good of grades, then I wouldn't be able to have as many scholarships. I'm financially responsible for all of my college experiences, so if I didn't have those scholarships, then I wouldn't be here. It was such an in-between feeling. I can't necessarily describe it. Like when you come home, you know, you sit down, you relax for a moment. I didn't have that for a long time. I kept most of my belongings in my car. I would spend a lot of my days at TMCC, just in one of their libraries. It was embarrassing to me that I didn't have a place to go. No one knew, none of my friends knew. I had a meeting with my academic advisor, and so I told her that one of my main concerns was paying for college. She introduced me to a few scholarship sites. The Community Foundation was one of them. I honestly didn't think I was going to get anything. Would I still be considered a Nevada resident if I didn't have any residence? The way that the email works, it always says like Community Foundation, Northern Nevada. And I remember reading one and it said congratulations in the tagline, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I didn't even read it, and I immediately started crying. It was for $5,000 and it was towards my room and board. And that was such an immense relief because $5,000 is a lot of money. I remember in my first week of college, it was such a luxury being able to go to class and walk home within 5 minutes. I have my own bed in my dorm room. I have some pillows, I have some blankets. Right below it is the dining hall, which was crazy because every time I go down there, I can get a warm meal. When I'm hungry, I could step down and I can go eat something and I can continue my studies and have the feeling of being full. And I could focus so much better than I was able to before. Just looking back as to the things that I faced, I can't believe it. I didn't think that things would work out this well for me, you know, and every day I get to wake up and I get to go for walks around campus, and I have that feeling of stability that not too long ago I didn't have. So it keeps me humble. For anyone that had any part in helping in the Community Foundation, thank you. Honestly, it's the biggest thing I can express is just such gratitude for it. I've been impacted so much by this, and I'm only one person, so I cannot imagine how many other people have benefited so much. So over these past 25 years, how many students who are in situations like me were able to achieve their dreams, were able to achieve anything that they wanted to with the help of the Community Foundation. When we're given the help and we're given the resources that we need, we can do so much with it. And it really is, it's a beautiful thing. So thank you.
that concept of transformative philanthropy, and I think that the Community Foundation represents exactly that. There's so many single causes in town that I would love to be a part of and hope to, but I think the Community Foundation gives me a platform to essentially touch all of them in a way that will help them out.
I think it's really important for us to think about how we protect and steward this place for our next generation, our future generations.
So the 100% Giving Board Award is given out basically to motivate board members to financially support the organization that they work with. What a better way to do that than to say that they themselves donate to the organization?
KTMB has been awarded the 100% Giving Award since 2008. Us getting this award is very important. It shows the commitment of our board to support and supplement moving our mission forward.
That message has helped to generate $41.2 million over the 15 years of the award, which is huge for Northern Nevada nonprofits.
Keep Truckee Meadows Beautiful started back in 1989 as kind of an idea to keep the community clean. Since then, it's evolved a little bit more. We have thousands of volunteers every year that help us do those cleanups and beautifications projects.
KTMB is so invested in this community. They have such a wide net of volunteers, community members who believe in their cause, and the fact that they've been around as long as they have is truly inspiring.
The Community Foundation is kind of that connection point, the hub of the wheel. If somebody out there wanted to give to our mission, they would go to the Community Foundation and say, hey, these are the kinds of things we're looking for. To know that we have a group of individuals on our board that value KTMB and what we do in the community, it's pretty awesome.
I would definitely thank KTMB for their work in the community, and also to thank them for being a great example of a 100% Giving Board organization. They truly understand that message and what we were trying to accomplish with the award.
The Community Foundation does a lot for the community as a whole, but the Community Foundation's investment in youth is unparalleled.
The Community Foundation plays such a role that is critical to represent those organizations and also fund them and empower the community.
In 2015, I participated in a campaign called This is Homelessness. It was with the founder of the Eddy House, Lynette Eddy, and her son Brian. It was to connect with as many young people as possible, however many youth were living on the streets in downtown Reno and other areas. They were really our focus group.
For the youth to keep coming, they have to see action every week. You have to implement something every week. In those discussions at those meetings, we were looking for something we could put into action immediately that would be felt by the youth on the streets.
Not only do we need to take care of the place we live, we need to take care of the people we live with.
Knowing that the community wanted to address this and create a safe space for these youth in need was just really, really heartwarming.
Eddy House was home. It was a solid stepping stone for me. It was a safe place. Honestly, I don't know how I would have got by.
I also was an at-risk youth. I know what it feels like to be alone and scared, and that's when I see these kids, I can relate to that. I really want to do something for the youth, so I created Eddy House.
Eddy House is often thought of like a youth homeless shelter. We serve youth who are aged 18 to 24, but we like to say that we're like shelter plus. In addition to meeting the basic needs of homeless youth, we help at-risk and homeless youth obtain the workforce and life skills to become sustainably independent.
The fastest growing segment of the homeless population were the youth. So I held a focus group down by the river, talked to so many kids, and the stories were heartbreaking. Some of the things they told me, they'd sleep in threes. One would have to stay awake so they wouldn't get robbed or attacked. And then others, if they could panhandle enough for a bus ticket. It was March, so it was cold, and they could just ride the bus all night to stay warm. They were being put in with older adults in the shelter and that kind of thing. It was just not a good scene. We started with having meetings. They were regular meetings. Community Foundation had a meal set up, so that was always an incentive for the kids to come. But they were able to talk freely about their issues. In 2016, with the helping of the Community Foundation, we opened 6th Street.
The Community Foundation's support was critical in us opening our first drop-in center. You know, Eddie House before that was still just a house with a few guys in it. And so the ability to partner with the Community Foundation through the U&I initiative allowed us to open our first drop-in center.
It was a place they could come and just feel safe for the day. That was huge. But we had to close at 5 o'clock, and we weren't open on weekends, and we weren't open at night. They go back in survival mode when they hit the streets. We knew we had to get a 24/7. I mean, we had to. We got the help from the Community Foundation, and in 2020 we opened Willow Street.
Having this physical space here at Willow Street is immensely important. To have the emergency shelter that we have currently has not only allowed us to increase the number of youth that we're serving, but increase the impact that we're able to have on their lives.
And we had all the basic needs: food, showers, clothing. We had therapists, case managers, physical health, work development.
We can remove the fears, we can meet the necessities that are basic so that they can begin to have the space to think about their own next steps.
It was almost like a roadmap. Being young, and you kind of have a general idea of what you have to do. I need to get a job, I need to do this, I need to do that. But when you start off with absolutely nothing, it can be near impossible. So having somebody extend a helping hand, it's huge. I'm not worrying about my next meal or this or that. I'm just worrying about my next step in my career.
As our community continues to grow, it's so important that we have wonderful partners like the Community Foundation that really provide that ability for the community to get involved in important issues.
It was everything. The Community Foundation, they were the connector. It's really a lot of good people in this community. Eddie House wouldn't be here without them.
We are called the Community Foundation for a reason. The community owns us. We work for the community. Every person in this town, whether they're at a nonprofit or they have an account with us, they're stakeholders in this outfit. And we touch everybody's life in that sense. It touches lives of people in Reno, and that ought to make people feel good. Giving is so much fun.
I don't think I can imagine the incredible things that are going to happen in the future.
The next step is to now, in the next 25 years, to continue to grow at the pace of the growth of our communities. We are going to be here serving this community for decades upon decades.
And the work that we're planting now will just grow exponentially. It's like, the tree roots will just reach out, and we will be a stronger and healthier community.
The next 25 years, sky's the limit. We all love living here, and we want to make sure we ensure that this is a great place to live, not only for us, but for the next generation.
So proud of what has been accomplished and what we're going to do in the next 25 years.
Everything is possible as long as we do it together. And congratulations, Community Foundation.
I want to say congratulations.
25 years, congratulations.
Congrats to 25 years.
Congratulations.
You have reached your 25th anniversary. So proud of the work you've done.
Congratulations on a wonderful 25 years.
Congratulations, Community Foundation.
Let's celebrate tonight.
And here's to the next 25.